Welcome back to Factorio, Seablock and TSM, episode number 130 or thereabouts. Okay, so last time we were looking at injecting liquid resin, and we have done that now. It looks like we've actually used quite a lot of the first injection, and most of it I'd say has been here in the fiberglass boards. I don't know if they've reached science yet. Yes, they must have. So as you can see, we're now getting quite a rush on the production of boards that we were struggling to do previously, which is probably finally forcing a little bit of ferric chloride to be injected, and this is making a few more of the processing units than we had previously, which was certainly impacting science quite considerably. How far down here are we getting? In fact, I'm just following how far the silicon wafers are getting along this line. It looks like they're not getting all the way to the end, although there does seem to be some action in these machines, so maybe that's not true. No, they do seem to be struggling a little bit to get all the way to the end, so perhaps we need to speed up this belt and definitely this machine. In fact, you can see here that it's not outputting at a rate that is filling the belt. So maybe first thing first would be just to speed up the machine. Let's do I need to? Where do all these guys go? They go in here, they go down here. Half of them come through here, which is the pink science, and the other half are coming down here for the yellow science. And all things considered, it's still kind of limited, the amount that we're actually getting. We have enough of the solder. Wonder how we're doing with power now, in fact. 140, it's not actually that significantly stretched. If you were wondering, I mean, I may have sort of alluded to why is the solar going, but I do actually know. They have priorities against each of these power sources, where accumulators are like priority 3, as in third in line. These are first in line, and these are equal second in line. So if you have solar panels, because it costs you nothing, they'll always take power from there first, right up to the maximum produced. Then these sorts of sources are hit second, and you only get input from accumulators as a last resort. So that's exactly how it works, and the way they apportion this is it's a percentage of the potential of the source. So we can get 216 out of this versus about 101 or something potential from this. So it's more or less a 2-to-1 ratio that you see here, and that's the reason why. If you're wondering, if you wanted to change that, you could mod it, but otherwise you'd have to use power switches to turn on and off features that you didn't want. I've done that in the past, but there's not really any point. I mean, the other consideration is maybe I just rip out all the solar, but we will keep building, and eventually we'll get to a point where we're well over 200 megawatts, and it will be useful to have solar helping out at that point. This facility here, potentially that's one that I could consider shortening, so that most of the energy that goes in there actually goes into being able to be used for refueling. That would be more useful. Anyway, this is something I should do something about. Maybe I will even put a map marker here. Improve silicon wafer. And maybe a silicon wafer icon if I can remember where they came from. Okay, silicon wafers. It's probably in here then, yes. There we go. So I've got a note to myself to do that rather than run down there and try and attend to it. We got a message just before saying that this area has been completed, and that's sort of true. It looks like the outstanding that we have at the moment relates to the usual sort of nonsense that I'd rather forget about. It's not helpful. Some up here. Some more over here somewhere. And up here. Oops, I've taken a chunk of that out. Oh well, never mind. That will do. So, the reason we're back up here, and the reason I wanted to do this side, is because we need to get the manganese ore processing into manganese ingots, I guess. Yeah, that's all we're doing here, isn't it? We're producing ingots. So let's get back into FNEI. Not MAD, but MAG. Manganese ingots. Okay, so it looks like there's only 2 recipes. 24, 24, 24, 24. One suspects this is the more advanced way of doing it. Yes. Yes, and it also uses up sulfuric acid. I definitely... why do we have manganese pellets? Is there yet another process? Because that is the thing. I would like to be looking at the most advanced recipes. I don't know for sure that I am. Can I see any more recipe icons? It doesn't look like there's any more outstanding recipe icons. This is kind of, but that's only to do with fusion power or one of the more advanced powers, I think. More advanced ways of doing nitrogen is probably useful, along with plastic. Heat shielding. We need to come back to these as well. I want to finish off that plant science. What's that? Crystal processing. Oh yeah, we're going to need that too. I would rather do yellow-based sciences, so perhaps that and that. I don't know about electric boiler, whether we really need it. What would be some tech? Yeah, there we go. Water chemistry, I don't think we need it immediately. It actually uses the wrong purple as far as our considerations would go, maybe I should get the faster belts now. Oh, the better robots. Yeah, I guess we may as well get the possibility of doing that. Personal robot, worker robot, speed 5. That's probably useful to us. A better centrifuge, that's pretty cheap. That should do for the tech. So it doesn't look like there is any other manganese. So this one definitely looks like the way to go. Manganese cathode, and then that just goes directly to ingots. So if we go backwards, we want to make processed manganese, which is ore to process manganese. I want the solution to head towards the middle where we do all of the creation of the iron ingots. So in other words, I have to be conscious of actually having enough room to unload these different products as well. Which may mean that I need to try and fit something up here. I can only get... I'd only be able to get one inserter on that. That's one of the advantages of having... what are they called? The... words. Instead of needing inserters, you've got the loaders. Loaders is what I'm after. Having the loaders. So then you can just have it feed up directly in or reversed around and come out this way. But it's a little bit harder to get that throughput with belt. Anyway, I think we will set this one up to be the manganese ore coming out, and probably go no further than, say, about here. Whoops. This is where I want to turn around, but now we're going to get this in pretty much equal proportions to the iron ore. So we need to try and process all of it. And I think it's basically just ore processes that we need at this point. So let's copy. Let's copy that much. Try and line it up. If that's still aligned, I'll be amazed. Okay, so that gets us to processed manganese. So I guess my query to myself is, how am I going to get sulfuric acid here and processed? Since our next step uses sulfuric acid. There, that's because of this, I would say. Oh, don't tell me. No, all of it should be in. And all of it is in. Oh, it's taken a while for this to update. Yeah, that's good. That's exactly why I set this up, actually. We don't really need to worry about it. It will just build the things we need it to. So, sulfuric acid. Is this something I try and build off-site, or do I build a facility here somewhere that just gets sulfur, and then I have all the usual processing that we add to it? I'm not sure. We do need chemical furnaces, though. Do I use chemical furnaces over here? No. No, I do not. Do I have any chemical furnaces on me? No. I don't have any chemical furnaces on me. Chemical furnace, and I can't build any. Well, there is actually one other thing that we can do. We can tell this to come and bring me a chemical furnace. It still has an active order here, so if I was to go to, I think it's in there. Just bring me one. That will send the order. What was that got delivered? That was everything except my chemical furnace. All right, we're going to have to wait for it to come back. So what kind of speed is this next process? 6 seconds takes 4 processed manganese. This one, in 2 seconds, you make 2. 2 seconds makes 2. This process, was that 2 seconds makes 2? 2 seconds makes 2. 2 seconds makes 2, okay. In 6 seconds, we need 4, so it would be 1 per machine if we used a chemical furnace 2. But if we use a chemical furnace 1, it's kind of 1.5 per machine. Chemical furnace, there we go. Right. And the build order is complete for the moment, not for long. So 1.5 with the chemical furnace. There you are. Which is slightly awkward because they're bigger than 1.5. So that should be 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's not. So, what I really need to do is every 2, I need to leave a gap of 1. Let's get rid of all of this then. change the recipes up here to manganese ore. Do something like, no, we don't need that one. What we need is that one. So this one gets shared. Okay, now copy. Hang on. Oh, you've got 1.5 there. Yeah, that's not working, is it? Because I need to line up. It's actually 3 that I need to line up, not 2. So how much space is there here? Is that just 1? Yeah, it is. Alright, but this should be the correct... Ah, it's not actually what I had in mind. Maybe that. That to that. And then... oh, before we do that, let's set these formulas to make... Oh, is there 2 cathode? Here we go. I don't remember seeing this alternate recipe. Oh, because it's there. We're going to need this for something, aren't we? No idea. Maybe not. We're going to stick to this recipe. I think I'm going to make sulfuric acid as a separate product that I can just ship directly to places, because I think I'm going to need it in too many places to constantly be using sulfur and adding stuff to it. So I think that would be the answer. In which case these are making manganese cathode. That one. And it'll have to come this way because, well, what happens to cathode? What's the next step from manganese cathode? the only step that there can be. So we need pipe. I could do something like this though. And then I'd be able to run belt along there. Is it belt that I want though? It's not. It is this blast furnace. Blast furnace 1s, in fact. Copy. Oh yeah, that's right, because I was going to space those, but I don't have any room to space these. If I, instead of doing it that way, we're going to have to reorganize how this works. So you've got two, that's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to leave a gap. Yeah, it's all, the belt is all messed up. Ah. So what we'll do instead is we'll have coal coming in here, jumping 2. Oh, that uses 1, doesn't it? It has to, that's not where it starts. It starts here. And it goes the full 4. So, this one, you go away, you hide, pick up from there, Okay, you guys drop off far. You also pick up from there, you pick up from there, and you do the same. Whoops, not the same as that, the same as that one. And as long as that's coal, that should work out how this works. Now, I could do with some of these being ordered, so I guess we will just do that. There we go. Wow, that was fast. So we need some blast furnaces, and then once we have that, I'll copy this down. That gets us to our manganese, whatever these things are. And what's the production rate of these things? 24 every 4 seconds from one machine. And I'm a dummy because I don't need the charcoal. Okay. We're using sulfuric acid instead of charcoal. So cut. And paste back there. So you want to be fed. You're making 12 of these every 6 seconds. Okay, so we don't need nearly as many of these, or I need to double up this, which is possibly what we actually need to do. That also seems to imply something like this, in fact, is more appropriate. And then we need to replicate this here. So this will try to fill a belt. And let's copy all of that. Am I going to put that one in? Probably not. Something like this, basically. I probably need stack inserters at the very least. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is that, well, A, we don't have a lot of room for doing the iron now, but hopefully we don't need too much. But, oh, and we are out of belt, but that's okay. We'll just copy this one. The other thing is that this is actually outside of the zone of this roboport, so that is awkward unless I shove it over a bit, which maybe I will. Is this enough room to make iron out of manganese ingots and iron ingots? You can use it with titanium, aluminium, iron, and steel. We'll principally be interested probably in the steel and the iron. It's possible we need to use more than that, but this is the recipe. It looks very straightforward. We just need induction furnaces. Oh, no, that's not quite right. We need induction furnaces running into a set of 3 casting thingies, which would be something very similar to basically this. We need this. So, alright, what is that though? That's an induction furnace too. Maybe we'll set up with induction furnace 2s for now. Actually, that's not too bad. Because I can do something like that. I don't know how many I need. I want this to perform for me. Gosh. I'm going to get... Oh, that doesn't actually help if I'm going to... turn that off. If we were to put this here, map view, that is good, but maybe I want to cover slightly more. Well, let's start with that. That should be a good start. So, your recipe obviously is incorrect because we want this recipe. I want you to hurry up. Yeah, that's better. Come bring me all that stuff. Actually, there's a few items here that are not being built. That's awkward. Maybe it's time to add to our exclusion list. I may as well exclude requesters. They're not being built. We may as well exclude these guys and these guys, and I'm not 100% sure. I've already got this combinator, so I guess that is oh, that even shouldn't be there. Constant combinator. Beyond that, everything should be fine. Oh, yes, science is starting to tick over, which probably means that power is now, yes, 180. Quite a lot higher than it's been for a while, because we're actually doing a bit of science. How are we going? No, it just in fits and starts. One thing is doing some science, but we have a little bit of science coming up. It's definitely better than it was. It's not great, but it's better than it was. Alright, we'll worry about that later. So, come on, I need some blast furnaces. I need some blast furnaces. Anyway, I don't need all these guys. Yeah, go away, go away. Go away. Go away. I kind of need this again. Maybe it would be best to have that twice. I might even keep it for now, because I also need it on this side. I might even double this up, to be honest. So what we're going to get is probably something like that. And that should hook in like so. Yeah. Copy this bit. How come I have so many robots on me now? How many are actually involved in this zone? 50. That's no good. That's better. I need to get Mark 3, say, robots, because they got better range, they got better speed, better everything. Capacity is... I don't know if they have better capacity, but they certainly have better range and speed, which I think is going to prove to be very useful. Right. One, two, three, four. There. Oh, and this side. So that's basically... Oh, wait a sec. Are these machines... Yes, they're kind of going to need... Interesting options that you get here. They're going to need power, fuel insertion. Probably means that I need yet another one. Does the fuel... it doesn't actually matter. So whatever fuel we have to use, we'll just use throughout, so we don't have to keep bringing multiple fuel sources. And I need to set this up. Well, I don't actually need to take out any area, because we just need 1, 2, 3. And we make you pick up long. I keep forgetting just how flexible these things are. So yeah, to cascade that in vanilla, you always need to take out a couple so that you can get the long inserters moved over. But of course, we're not using vanilla. We're using the superpower of the bobs. So yeah, we can do it that way. And copy this slot. I wonder if I can just drag this. No, I cannot. Right. So this is our line of product. I need to get some of this for myself. Logistics, I want these back, thanks. I can turn that on. Let's do that. Of course, when it recalculates, if it's going to do that anytime soon, 19 minutes, it will lose that, but I suspect we're having trouble producing enough red at the moment. Where do we make them? No, we've got 400. We're just having trouble getting them delivered here. All right, never mind. How are we doing for time? We should be wrapping this up, but I'm not quite done. What I want to do... I don't know that 2 blue belts is going to suffice here. I basically have manganese ingots, iron ingots, and iron plates. 3 products. So I need 3 ways of getting these products in. I suppose I'm assuming that the product we're going to use the most of is going to be the iron plates. But I don't know that for absolute surety. These ones should go no further. Good, here we go. Having an army of bots is much better than running backwards and forwards. Well, I could just have all of the stuff that we feed in. No, that's not quite. It's not quite going to work. I need a way of turning off iron. I actually have just thought of one, which I think is quite smart. Okay. I need more iron. Sorry, I need more belt for me. Are you coming back anytime soon? Probably not. I'm going to have to force you back. Nope, you're coming back right now. Cool. I need to readdress that as well, but since we're not actually using it yet, it's not a high priority. Okay, just wait, guy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just combine these belts, and I am going to tell the belt not to let anything through if we already have enough sitting in the warehouse, and that way it will switch between prioritizing plates versus ingots. But yes, I need to get my stocks recharged. It's probably better to look at that one. I'm not sure that oh good, we're getting more than 200. No, we're only getting 200. I think I want to bump that up to 300. Hopefully it's up to the job. Let's just quickly go into map mode for a moment. You still have 45. Yeah. We're putting a little bit of demand on this system though. It's not really got the productivity to really create as many as we'd like. I might just go with whatever it gives me. There's a few more coming. Having to run and charge. Maybe I need a charge pad just here. Alright, that's good enough. Nice. So, yes, the idea is something like this. So ingots. This is actually very tight at this point. Manganese ingots are coming over here. Actually, is this in the right place? It perhaps isn't. No, it's not. In that case, cut. Do that. Okay, so you prioritize, yes, left, right? And come together here into a blue. A blue, and I do actually have some blue belt, which is good. But, and this is quite an important little but. Let's get the green to come up here and to go here. And to go here. Now, this one, enable, disable belt. So this is basically if iron plate is less than, say, let's go for 32,000 so that we've got enough for 2 trains, I think. If iron plate is less than 32,000, we want to keep pushing the manganese up there. Otherwise, we'll be bringing it down here. But the other side to that is actually, I probably also want it to go here. And this one is if the manganese ingots are less than... we'll start off with 16,000, just a single train's worth. So that's only enabled as long as there's less than 16,000 manganese ingots. And this one will be the... actually, I don't need that one, because I'm doing it here. This is where we turn on and off the iron. If iron plates less than 32,000, 2 trains worth, then we'll disable it. So that stops the plate. Now we need one more, because we also have ingots coming from here and ingots coming from here. And actually, I need this to come into here as well. Yeah, this is all a little bit awkward. So can't be done. So we're also going to need a split off. These need to come together. This is iron ingots, and they're going to need to split off. Say here. Priority being right this time, so they'll go up. I'm probably not going to have enough for this, but... they'll go down there, so that's how we get the iron ingots into the system. And otherwise, they need to go through the system here somehow. And we're out. I really would like to finish this off, but I think I need to make another trip back to base, get a few more supplies. What I'm basically thinking I'm going to do, I need blue inserters. I don't even think I've got blue inserters selected here. In fact, my whole supply of blue belt may have been, well, that one I have, but the rest of it may have been just accident. I need these, but not 50. Maybe 10. And I need blue belt, maybe 200. And I probably need a few less of these. I don't know why I'm down to 17, but maybe if I keep that, we should be fine. So yeah, my basic idea is this will join in here, and then I need to join it across somehow. That should do, actually. If that goes, it feeds in there, joins there, and we split across here. Hopefully that will work. I do have this balancing mechanism, so actually I don't necessarily have to do that. I could just rely on these to balance it, but that would be better. But that's how we'll get the ingots in, and the ingots also, the iron ingots will also have this control, so that we only get, say, 16,000 in here. And we'll wrap that up next episode. So thanks for joining me for this one. Look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.